What's going on, guys? Waco from Revolution here in scenic Singapore at Sentosa Capella, in fact, here with Fabrizio Buonamassa Stigliani, creative director of Bulgari, an incredible man. And the first thing that I want to do is congratulate him on Bulgari winning the Watch of the Year for 2022 for the incredible Octo Finissimo Ultra.
Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you so much. I'm very happy about that. The right way to start the new year, I think. Thank you so much. The Octo Finissimo Ultra is a big achievement for the story of the company. It was an amazing challenge. Everybody, I think, know the story. We already discussed a lot about that, but it's very, very important for us. Thank you so much.
But you know, now we're celebrating, I believe, the 9th year of the Octo Finissimo. I always tell people that to me this is the most important sports chic reference that has been made in the new millennium. It is a watch that gains in importance also with every new chapter of its story, and that chapter was mind-blowing. To create a watch 1.8 millimeters, and may I also mention, I say a watch because all the other ultra-thin watches all require some sort of tool or key to wind or set this watch. This was a complete watch. And then to have it on the world's coolest integrated bracelet with an all-new deploying clasp created specifically for it, and that they even have the dimension of the barcode that brings you to an NFT as well. I mean, it was incredible.
This was a big deal of the Ultra. Must be a watch that you have to wear every day in a very easy way, like a common watch. That's why in a certain moment we stressed a lot the idea of the easy way to adjust the time, to charge the barrel, to wear the watch with a metal bracelet and a deployant buckle, because the metal bracelet and the deployant buckle is a part of the Octo Finissimo DNA. But you see, the Octo Finissimo is a poor watch. The Ultra must be on the same line. That's why during each meeting I say, guys, is it possible to wear the watch? Yes, go ahead. No, I'm sorry, but we have to find another solution. This was our obsession, and I think that when you wear it is absolutely something totally different.
I mean, I had the great pleasure of being in Rome for the launch event, and I remember I saw you the night before the official event. You know, we had come to, because I heard the watch was being delivered. You were very kind. You let me hold it in my hands, and I thought I was hallucinating. It was just so incredible to see it beating, to put it on your wrist and feel like it's such a cool, elegant watch with this incredible thinness, and yet so bold and so muscular in terms of its presence on the wrist.
It's like the Escher heart's work. At the end, you lose the third dimension. It's a three-dimensional object, but you lose the third dimension. And it was something shocking even for us. The first time that we had in our hand, say, guys, but it's unbelievable. We missed the third dimension. We start to turn around the case. But at the end, it was an amazing challenge. It was a secret project inside the company. Just four people, I think, was involved in the process. 5 with Jean-Christophe, and that's it.
Incredible. Okay, so I could talk about Octo Finissimo
Thank you so much.
all day.
Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure, sir. But let's talk about the incredible women's offer that you have prepared for this LVMH Watch Week.
Totally different topic.
Indeed.
Totally different topic. I think the most interesting one, the biggest novelty is the new Tubogas. As you can see, for the first time in the Bulgari history, we have the Tubogas with stones. And it was impossible to do before because due to the way to produce the Tubogas, two elements in gold that turns around the spring, we don't have enough thickness to put the diamonds.
So that's the reason why you could never set the bracelet before.
Exactly. In the Bulgari history, it was impossible to set the diamonds, to set the stones on the Tubogas. In a certain moment, this was one of our obsession. We start to imagine this product 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
And when we found the idea, when we find the right supplier able to produce it, we spent 2 years and a half of development.
Incredible.
So now, as you can see, it looks like a Tubogas watch, but it's a modular construction. So another elements that come from the Bulgari DNA, like parenthesis, like trica, like many jewelry elements of the past, thanks to Gianni Bulgari, we start to use the same concept. So it looks like a Tubogas, but each element is a unique, different links.
Oh, wow.
That's why with hole in the middle, with the spring inside. So at the end now, let me say the construction is in between a common bracelet and a Tubogas bracelet.
Right.
That's why now we are able to play with stones, we are able to play with different design that turns around the spring for the first time. but it was very important for us that must be very recognizable as a Bulgari Tubogas watch. That's why we decided to be consistent with our heritage. That doesn't change just to change, but just to have a new line with diamonds and precious stones on the Tubogas bracelet.
Fabulous.
It looks very easy, but it was, honestly, I'll tell you, it was a nightmare. In terms of production, we have many different links, because you see the bracelets start with a certain dimension on the head of the snakes, and the tail is totally different. So it's so many different links to produce. Exactly.
Diameter. Yeah.
And we discuss a lot about the thickness of these links to have bigger stones, smaller stones,
right,
with very unique and very precise and qualitative approach for the settings, the stones. So it was huge project.
But you know, the signature of the Tubogas has always been the suppleness of the bracelet as well. None of that has been compromised with the new construction, correct?
With the new construction, we can manage even these kind of things.
Amazing.
No, we are very happy about that. It was a nightmare for the product development team, but honestly, it's something that for the first time we have in our assortment. The Tubogas with the stones. Now you can see the Tubogas in a different way.
Yes.
I'll tell you what we have in mind, because now we have an highway in front of us.
Of course.
We start to play with the Tubogas in a totally different way.
I mean, you can integrate the bracelet into the entire art form of the piece, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's go from that to this a beautiful watch as well. Tell us a little bit about the motivation and inspiration of this.
But it's a cocktail watch. It's a very feminine watch. It's totally different if you compare with the Tubogas. It's a very geometrical. It's a very, let me say, part of the Bulgari archive, the Bulgari history in terms of modularity, in terms of very geometrical object. This one is more feminine, let me say. It's more fancy. That's why we call cocktail watch. It's a round-shaped watch. It's not a common round-shaped watch, because we play with the diva elements around the bezel. And you know that Bulgari love to play with the pure geometrical elements. Even when you see this, on the table, you have round, square, round, square, the start. We love to play with geometrical elements, and you see around the bezel you have just triangular elements. That is a part of our diva design, with the big stones in the middle between one petal and the other one. We love this kind of way to produce it. You can hear the sound of the watch.
Yeah, it's got this kind of mobility.
Because, yes, you have a certain mobility. It's a part of the Bulgari DNA.
Right.
The case is made by hand in Italy. The round-shaped case come from Switzerland, and in Italy they complete the design with all the petals and the stones. This is another uniqueness of this brand. We are able to produce the jewelry part in Italy and the watch part in Switzerland.
That's extraordinary. I never realized that. Yeah.
Honestly, even all our Serpenti jewelry pieces, not the Tubogas, but all our jewelry pieces and the secret watch come from Italy. And just the movement now we talk about the Piccolissimo, come from Switzerland. So we are able to combine two different souls of the same company. And for Divas, the collection, this kind of watch is exactly the same. The jewelry part comes from Italy, and the movement, the case, the dial, and the hands come from Switzerland.
Fantastic. So, you know, we've got the Tubogas Infinity, we've got the Divas Dream, we talked about the Octofinissimo. It's just the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Fabrizio, thank you so much for spending time with us, and I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming to Singapore.
Always a great pleasure to be here with you, and thank you so much again for the prize.
Very well deserved.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.